Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Keefe-b tapping in. Hope everybody out there doing all right, taking care of themselves, what I'm saying, getting to that wealth and making the most out of life. Hope y'all grinding, striving for greatness, man, and doing what y'all need to do out here. But today I wanted to talk about something. I want to talk about how Americans are soft, you know what I mean? I want to say the B word, but since we on YouTube, I can't. I'm just going to say, what I'm saying, unstable creatures, man. But, I don't want to be Malcolm X for this one, so I'm going to take the glasses off, man, and we're going to get straight into it, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like, we don't have backbones anymore, you know what I'm saying? People don't stand on the morals that they believe in no more, you know what I mean? I feel like we controlled by the system, man. And I know a lot of y'all see this, but scared to say anything or scared to do anything. We controlled by the system, you know what I mean? I feel like if they tell y'all to jump, y'all gonna say how high. And for a lot of y'all, if they told y'all to do something strange for a little piece of change, a lot of y'all probably would, you know what I mean? They see nothing wrong with the way we live. They see nothing wrong with how society is ran. And for me, it's a problem. And it upsets me because we don't realize the power that we do have. And if we was to act on that power, we have the control. But since we just don't act on the power, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people just conform. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're going to work the shit out of us, right? For example, they'll work the hell out of us. And then people are like, oh, man, that's just life, man. We got to work. Oh, you can't work. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, the wages is not even livable. You know what I mean? They, like, you know what I mean? It's not even a livable wage to pay your bills. You know what I mean? But if we was to stand up and be like, everybody was to quit their job, right? Or just go on strike or protest their job, they have no way not to oblige and up the pay. You know what I mean? But people is hoes, bro. They just gonna fall in line. They be like, man, I gotta eat, man. My kids gotta eat, and this and that. And then it just continues the BS, and we never get nowhere. We'll never see eye to eye. You know what I mean? They don't care about us. You know what I mean? So why not? Like, Bob Marley said it, man. Bob Marley said it best, man. Get up, stand up for your rights. Don't give up the fight. You know what I mean? Something of that nature. You know what I mean? Which is the truth. People don't have no backbone. And like I said, this is just wishful thinking because in reality, it'll never happen, right? Because people aren't strong enough. People don't think enough. People don't, and not only that, people don't think for themselves no more. They're not willing to stand up for what they believe in these days. You know what I mean? Like back in the day, you will see them protesting and fighting for certain things that they feel was wrong, certain injustices, right? But this day and age, people just yes, 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 man, and yes, woman, right? I just had a physical the other day, right? Doctor talking about I recommend this jab, this vaccine, that vaccine. Let me see you take it first. You know what I'm saying? Let me see you do it, then I'll let you know if I want to do it. You know what I'm saying? And after you do it, I'm still not going to do it. You feel me? We just let them tell us what to do, and we just accept it as if it's right, like you don't have a mind of your own. You know what I mean? Stand up for something. You know what I mean? Let you know what I mean? Stand up for something. You know what I mean? Like if we was all band together and be like, yo, we need pay raises, or you know what I mean? Like, cause I have a skill, right? I have a skill, and it's still not enough in today's economy. But if we was to band together, be like, yo, raise the pay. Everybody, you guys got to raise the pay, but keep the cost of living the same to let it balance out. The cost of the raise the pay got to go up another $5-6, but don't raise the cost of living, but raise the pay so it can balance out, so people can actually feel like they living instead of just living to work, bro. And you know what I mean? Being caught in the system. You know what I'm saying? Life is more than just paying bills. Like they tell us what you got to do, like retiring at 65 and 75, and they keep raising it up so they don't got to pay you the money, right? But people see nothing wrong with that. They think that's just a part of life, and really that's not how life is supposed to be made. That's not what life is about. This is rules that some old school niggas made up a long time ago, and rules are meant to be broken, and not only broken, they're meant to be changed over time, right? And some things is just not right, but people are afraid to say these things. They're afraid to get backlash because it's easier to just fall in line. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why people join gangs. That's why people join religions. That's why people join these certain things, because it's easier to just, you know what I mean, be in a group instead of standing up for something. And the ones that's strong enough and are willing to stand up for something, it's not enough compared to the people that's willing to fall in line and the bots, and that's the problem. You know what I mean? And like I said, it's really just wishful thinking. You know what I mean? A lot of this shit have never happened. I really wish we would stand up for this and fight back. You know what I'm saying? But most people, but I wish most people would stand up. But the reality is, man, it'll never happen, man. And it's the sad truth. Sometimes I wish I was born in the Malcolm X era, the people that actually gave something about, you know what I mean, standing for something and standing and, you know what I mean, giving up something. Because this era, bro, especially with the internet, man, most people is bots and they slaves to their phone, They slave to that cheap ass job. They slave to the weak ass government that tell you, you know what I mean? They slaves to everything, you know what I mean? Like I said, fancy slaves with a Gucci belt, gay, but you know what I'm saying? Slaves with a fat ass mortgage, and they think that they winning. Like, it's just they slaves to certain things that really don't serve us no purpose. It don't have our best interests at heart, you know what I mean? You know, and we the people, man, we could change a lot of things if we was to band together and stand for something. But like I said, man, probably never happened. Just wishful thinking, man. But let me know what y'all think down below, man. You know what I mean? What you think? You know what I'm saying? Are you okay with just being a slave? Or do you feel like we could, you know, band up and make some type of change in this world? Or it's just too late? I feel like it's too far gone. You know, we don't got the cojones. You know what I'm saying? I do, but it's not enough of us to band together and make it happen. But y'all let me know what y'all think, man, down below. You know, it's your boy Keefe Black, you know, just giving y'all my thoughts. Y'all let me know what y'all think down below. It's your boy Keefe Black, man. I'm logging out. All love, man. Y'all stay blessed. Peace.